Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing today? Today we're tapping into The War of Art by Steven Pressfield, discussing chapters 1 to 5 about resistance. Resistance is described in these first 5 chapters as anything that opposes you doing something meaningful. And this ends up resulting in procrastination. It ends up resulting in self-doubt. It ends up resulting in fear and distractions. He also goes on to say that the stronger the purpose, the stronger the calling, the greater the resistance. The more you want to achieve, the harder it's going to be to stay on track, essentially. The key message behind chapter 1 is that resistance reveals what truly matters to you. The thing that's the hardest to do, to stay consistent on, is the thing you actually need to be doing. It's easy to fall for the distractions. It's easy to get caught up in procrastination. It's easy to deviate. It's easy to give in to the fear, but it's so difficult to stay consistent, to do the thing every single day. So some action points that we can take from chapter 1 is that whenever you feel resistance, whenever you feel the urge to scroll or get distracted, get caught up in your own fear, whatever it may be, acknowledge it as an external force and not a personal flaw. This book does a very good job to alleviate that pressure on you. People can feel like they have writer's block. They can feel like they're imposters. And when you make resistance this external thing, this all-powerful force that can stop you from doing what you need to do, it can help you get in the mindset to attack it, attack the thing within yourself that's holding you back. The final action point of chapter 1 is to use resistance as an indicator of what you need to do, the steps that you need to take in your life. If you feel worried, anxious about your future, just know you're going in the right direction, because you should be concerned about your future. You should be worrying about your productivity levels. You should be worried about, is what you're doing the right thing to do? Chapter 2 is about how resistance is permanent. As long as you have a goal, a dream, you're going to have resistance. You're going to have moments where you want to sleep in, you want to skip lectures, you want to not do the hard thing. There was an episode of BoJack Horseman where dude is trying to jog, right? He's trying to start running, and then the monkey, who also runs every day, comes up to him and he says, listen man, the hard part is doing it every day, not going up the hill. It's easy to go up the hill once, but doing it every single day, that's the difficult one. I know it sounds like one of those motivational TikToks, but for real, success is earned every single day. Consistency, discipline, it's a daily fight. No matter how strong you've been these past few months, no matter how big a reputation you have to win every single day. You have to hit your goals all the time, constantly, bro. Because it's always that one day when you stop going to the gym. It's always that one day you stop your streak on Duolingo. It's always that one day you didn't study. It always starts with that one class that you skip. It's always the first time that you break your own rules, the first time you cross your own boundaries, dog. It's always the start of the fall, bro. Action points for chapter 2. Find a routine, man. Something that can keep you consistent, Find people around you that keep you honest, that keep you up to date on what you need to do, and set realistic goals, so that you can realistically maintain it, so that you can do it every single day without fail. Don't have over ambitious goals where you're trying to do too much, and then within the first 3 weeks you realize, oh my gosh, this was too much, bro. I bit off more than I can chew. Nah, start small and build your way up. You know what I'm saying? In chapter 3, he talks about resistance and fear, essentially about how your own mind will create stories and scenarios in order to discourage you from doing what you need to do. Its goal is to make you waste time ruminating and overthinking and doing everything except your work. Remember, resistance is simply not doing work. That's what resistance is described to be in the book. Anything that stops you from not doing what you need to do. So this can look like, let's say you're making music or content and you're not getting views like that. You're not getting likes. You're not getting shares. Resistance is the thing that tells you, dog, I think you're wasting your time here, bro. I think you'd be better off just hitting the books and studying. You know what I'm saying? I think you shouldn't release that song, dog. I think it's whack. I don't think people would rate it. You know what I'm saying? You can't listen to that voice, bro. You gotta keep pushing through it, bro. You gotta mentally fortify yourself to say, hey, bro, I know what I'm doing is the right thing. and no matter what my mind says, I'ma keep doing it. And yeah, he goes on to say that resistance, it disguises itself. It makes you think you're being logical. It makes you think you're being sensible. But it's a lie. It's just trying to get you to not do your work. That's it. That's all it's trying to do. Just don't make this guy do its work. The key message behind chapter 3 is that fear is natural. It's natural to be anxious. It's natural to worry. It's natural to be concerned, but it's a deceptive emotion. Once you give in to these exaggerated fears and ideas for the future, it can really be discouraging to you. It can really damage your mindset. It can damage your willingness to do something, and that's not helpful. Be able to take courage, be able to say, I'm not going to listen to those negative thoughts. I'm just going to push through. I'm going to understand this fear. I'm going to understand why I have it, and I'm going to overcome it. I'm going to actively make a decision to move past those thoughts and be bigger than them. Chapter 4 is essentially the same thing. It's about rationalization, it's about making all these excuses that justify why you didn't do your work. Oh, I had laundry. Oh, but the gents were going out, and how often do I see those guys? Oh, but my sister called, and oh, she needed help with whatever. You know what I'm saying? All these little things we tell ourselves instead of the truth. The key message is don't delay your work, bro. Do the thing now. Do it immediately. Get it done. Every single day, just get it done. That's the mindset you gotta have. And one way you can do this is by reminding yourself what a privilege it is to have goals and ambition. What a privilege it is to go to school. What a privilege it is to have a future ahead of you. You gotta build it up in your own head. You gotta give yourself a sense of importance, essentially. The things that you're doing, you need to take yourself and them seriously. Chapter 4 is pretty similar to chapter 3 in that it talks about rationalization. It talks about all the little things we tell ourselves in order to justify not doing our work. Oh, I was gonna do my work, but then the boys said in the group chat, when are we linking? And I was like, how often do I see those guys, right? It's always the, I was gonna work, but then my sister called, and you know how that is. She had to tell me about her man and moving in and blah, 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 blah. We don't see it in the moment, but we cause our own downfall. We don't see it in the moment, bro, but we are our worst enemy a lot of the times. We betray ourselves, bro. We put ourselves in positions to where we can be deterred, to where we can be distracted, bro. Every time I don't have my phone in do not disturb, I'm allowing vibrations of my phone to be like, hey buddy, whatever you're doing, check what's going on the phone. Every time I leave my notifications on, I'm giving every single app permission to say, hey dog, I know you're studying right now, but wouldn't you want to check our app? Wouldn't you like to see who posted what? Action point for this one: develop awareness for your triggers, for what pulls you in, people who just always know how to get your attention, bro. This goes for WhatsApp groups, this goes for social media. Be aware of who you have a hard time saying no to, because that is the most dangerous person, bro. Another way to beat procrastination is to just do stuff immediately, bro. I'm busy thinking to myself, I don't like New Year's resolutions. I don't like cold starts. I don't like to say, on this day, magically everything's gonna change and I'm gonna switch up. No, I like to say, yo, bro, if there's a change I need to make, I'm making it today. I'm making it today, bro. Even right now, bro, I'm demoing timetables and routines, and it's interesting, bro. It's interesting, When you start immediately, it's like, wow, bro, you can just wake up and become a new person if you want to. Genuinely, you can wake up and decide, you know what? I've had enough of the way I've been living, and I'm gonna make a change. You can do that, bro. You can just switch up at any random moment, bro. But that's the thing, you have to make that choice. You have to consciously say to yourself, man, I'm fed up with myself. I'm about to be different, bro. I'm about to switch up the whole flow, bro. They not ready for me, cuz you gotta mean that, bro. You gotta have a heart-to-heart with yourself, bro. It's by no means an easy feat. You gotta wake up one day and say, man, I'm ready to do better, bro. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to submit the life that I used to live in order to receive the life that I want to live. You know what I'm saying? In chapter 5, he talks about the shadow life. The shadow life is the result of letting resistance win. It's when all the procrastination, all the excuses come together and form a life of unrecognized potential, man. When you're just chasing instant pleasure, bro. When you're just giving in to every distraction, everything that stops you from doing your work, bro. It's a very frustrating state to be in. It's a place where you know you can do better, but you keep choosing not to be. So now there's just this lingering feeling of disappointment, of frustration, of stagnation, or of regret, bro. And essentially it's the result of having too many excuses, too many times where you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You had a plan, you had a vision for yourself, and you just didn't stick to the plan. You didn't stay on program, bro. You decided to do something else, and now you're not where you want to be in life. You're not where you want to be as a person. So action points for this: get rid of procrastination, attack it. You get me? You know what I'm saying? Do anything to move forward. You know what I'm saying? If you have to change your environment, change your environment. If you have to change your routine, change your routine, bro. If you have to wake up at a new time, wake up at a new time. But do whatever it takes to start living authentically. Do whatever it takes to align yourself with your goals and get on track. Because otherwise you're going to feel like you're living somebody else's life. And that's not going to be cool. It's not going to be fun at all, bro. If you haven't reached your dreams because you keep on giving in to the excuses, that's your fault, bro. That's all you. And it's nobody else's fault. It's you who betrayed yourself. The key is to be friends with your mind. The key is to switch on and keep your promises to yourself. If you say you're gonna wake up at 5 o'clock every day, you better be waking up at 4:52, bro. You better have 7 alarms if you like to sleep in, bro. You better tell your brother to come in with pots and pans and ding, 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 ding. You gotta do whatever it takes, bro. Get people to throw cold ice on your pillow, bro. Whatever it takes, you're gonna do whatever it is you said you're gonna do. You gotta build confidence with yourself. You gotta be authentic, type it. But ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for this video. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace out.